Winner of 30 gaming awards and nominated for under 30 more? Enchanting beauty, mystifying soundtrack, and a recent re-release on the Nintendo Switch? Well, with a description like that, it'd be rude not to. Let's crack on. Ori and the Blind Forest is a platform adventure game reminiscent of the Metroidvania genre. Developed by Moon Studios, published by Microsoft Studios, and currently available on Windows, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Without giving any late game spoilers, the plot is progressed with the spirit tree acting as our narrator. Due to a terrible storm, Ori, a guardian spirit of the forest, is separated from the tree and her own kind upon her birth. She's found and raised by Naru, a creature of the forest. As Ori grows older, the forest is ravaged by a darkness, causing food to become scarce and the life forms to die off. Naru, Ori's surrogate mother, tragically falls victim to this famine. Alone, Ori sets out, only to succumb to starvation herself, where she's resurrected by the spirit tree using the last of its strength. Shortly after, Ori meets Sane, a spirit orb who informs her how a giant owl named Kuro has caused the darkness after attacking the spirit tree. Ori must restore balance to the three elements of the forest, water, wind and fire, in order to prevent the darkness destroying everything once and for all. The game is single player with a heavy emphasis on exploration. As you progress, you will find some routes inaccessible until you can return later with the appropriate skill to overcome the challenge blocking your way. You obtain new abilities by visiting ancestral trees throughout the forest, gaining the skills of your fallen kind. Basic combat begins with Sane firing several blasts that home in on nearby enemies. An early upgrade allows you to charge and release a blast radius around you for a bigger punch. Some upgrades allow you to slam into the ground to damage monsters or break through weakened surfaces, while others allow you to throw balls of light which explode. Further skills grant you the familiar dashes, wall jumps, climbing and gliding abilities you'd expect to find in most platformers. My favourite upgrade allows you to bash into enemies or their projectiles, which launch you one way while at the same time sending them in the opposite direction. This can be used to great effect both in combat as you return enemy shots, or in mobility by using the target to give a boost to those hard to reach places. The game operates with three main resources. Life cells increase the amount of damage you can take. Some of your more advanced moves consume energy, and energy cells give you greater capacity to use these techniques more frequently. The third resource is spirit energy, which, when collected, provides you with ability points. These can be used to buy upgrades to your ability tree, which follow three branches. The first upgrades the power and frequency of your attacks. A second aids your exploration by revealing the locations of key collectibles and increase the effectiveness of the items you pick up. The third and final branch helps improve your skills, reducing cooldowns between use and lowering the energy cost to perform a skill. Others improve your performance, turning your double jump into a triple jump or allowing you to breathe underwater. Spirit energy can be found around the map in small pockets and ability cells, but it can also be acquired by defeating the various hostile creatures of the forest. This is particularly nice for those of you who are only looking to play for the story, as you can max out your skill tree without the need to find every ability cell hidden throughout the game. Enemies, though fun to fight, soon prove repetitive, as there are only a handful of creatures. All the different environments provide you with a slightly more hostile variants of those you've already faced, and it left me finding them more of a hindrance than a fun challenge. The game also lacks anything in the way of boss fights. Instead, it chooses to ramp up the difficulty on its platforming, taking on an almost Super Meat Boy-like approach. I wouldn't go as far as to say this is a bad thing. These sections are certainly entertaining and even caused me to lose it on more than one occasion, as they usually take multiple attempts to successfully get through them. However, for a game that has put so much effort into its environment and character design, the pool of foes is somewhat lacking, and it feels like a missed opportunity. On a positive note, I hear the sequel has much more in the way of enemies and has several boss fights, so I'll certainly be interested in seeing if that improves the feel. For all you completionists out there, you'll be very pleased to know that the world map displays a percentage of progress for each area. This allows you to easily identify where your efforts should be focused to find those final secrets and collectibles you might have missed. Ori and the Blind Forest is very much an art piece and is well deserving of the praise it's received. The visuals are stunning with their use of colour, and both the foreground and background are animated, making the world the game displays deeply atmospheric. The world of Nibble takes you from a dying forest to one lush with water and green vegetation, a frozen wasteland with ruins powered by mysterious gravity-defying technology, and an imposing landscape overflowing with lava. I was particularly impressed that one area, whilst plunging you into darkness, offers just the right amount of colour and light to provide an amazing environment to explore. The sound is equally atmospheric. Music has been well composed to evoke all of the emotions the composer wants you to feel, from the tension of exploring an ever-changing haunted wood to the pressure of being hunted by Koro and her aggressive bloodlust. The Definitive Edition includes various difficulty levels not available in the original release. An easy mode for those who want to focus purely on the story, a hard mode for veteran players, and a one life mode for those who really want to challenge themselves. I was also surprised to learn that the Definitive Edition introduced the fast travel feature found at the various spirit wells located in the game, a feature I heavily relied upon myself. I can only imagine how welcomed this quality of life change must have been by those who've played the previous version of the game. Blackroot, Burrows and the Lost Grove were also additions not found in the original game. These areas are included to provide further character development into Naru's history. I was very surprised to learn that the dash and light burst abilities were new skills not included in the core game. I used the dash in getting through the final stage and think I'd have found it almost impossible to do without it. Theatre mode is also available from the game's main menu as an added bonus which allows players to rewatch cutscenes and other extras such as trailers and concept art from the game's development stages. The Definitive Edition provided me with a total of 9 hours gameplay to achieve a 100% completion on the normal difficulty. I can see plenty of replay value for those who like to speedrun games, shaving precious seconds off to reduce the completion time. There's also some replay value for those who like to re-immerse themselves in the world they've explored, but if you're not the type of person to reread a book or insist on chasing down every available treasure, then you're unlikely to get more out of the core completion time. Personally, I loved Ori and thought it was well worth my time and money, though I'm ashamed it's taken me so long to play this game, which has been spoken about for 5 years. The positive I'm left with is I don't have to wait for the sequel, which came out earlier this year. I can't wait to crack on with Ori and Will of the Wisps. Thanks for watching. Have you played Ori yourself? Leave a comment below and say what you thought of the game. Not played it? Let me know if this has done anything to persuade you to do so. And if there's anything you'd like me to review on Steam, just let me know in the comments and I'll crack on with getting some more reviews as soon as possible. And if you've liked this review, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon just so that you know if a new video gets put up.